Iconic duos are some of the best elements of any aspect of entertainment, or ways of living like sports, media, and a plethora of other things. Some of the best duos include Mario and Luigi, SpongeBob and Patrick, Shaggy and Scooby-Doo, Bottle of Lotion in Incognito Mode, Woody and Buzz Lightyear, I Know Woman having Batman Psycho Nerd with a YouTube account. And when it comes to the world of DC Comics, it is filled to the brim with some of the best matchups in fiction. While Batman and Robin is definitely the best and most iconic duo in the realm of DC lore, a pairing that deserves all the love is Batman and Superman. Bruce and Clark are them boys, the literal poster boys of the DC universe and the most iconic superheroes in fiction. When you think of the big three of superheroes, the list will usually consist of Spider-Man and the two GOATs of DC. Their dynamic offers some of the most intriguing storytelling in comics and other media. Nobody should care about the stupid, who would win in a fight between Batman with prep time and Superman? Boo! That concept is lame. They're literally homies.
Batman, it's really you. Am I missing something?
If you don't give proper emphasis to the world's finest, your universe will flop, kind of like that garbage fest that was the DCEU, considering the fact that they weren't that prominent in the universe after Justice League. Not to mention the entire purpose of Batman and Superman fighting in BVS is just completely moronic and nonsensical.
You don't understand. There's no time.
I understand.
Oh, nigga!
Hey!
Stay down! If I wanted it, you'd be dead already. You're letting him kill Martha. Save Martha.
Ass!
Yeah, that was some dog dookie. Let me cleanse out with some peak real quick.
A head start. You're getting soft in your old age. Don't you have a tall building to go leap?
See, that was a lot better. It's a shame because we could have gotten some really cool moments, kind of like the dynamic on screen between Iron Man and the best Avenger in the MCU, the GOAT Steve Rogers. Aside from the fact that they had that short little civil war that one time, I swear when that movie was coming out, Team Cap all the way. There's no other acceptable answer. But the only reason why that movie works in the context of the MCU and why it had so much impact was because we got to see that relationship between Iron Man and Cap build up over the course of a few films prior. So when it came time to deal with the Sokovia Accords, it was like watching the parents get a divorce and splitting up the kids. Imagine if the MCU started with Iron Man, then went straight to Civil War, introducing all the main players for the first time. Iron Man then dies, then comes back in the first Avengers film. Well, it's kind of like what happened in the DCEU. It's freaking stupid. For a short period, DC Animation would pump out consistent bangers featuring Batman and Superman working together, whether that would be in the vein of the DCAU or a couple of animated movies. Superman Batman Public Enemies and Superman Batman Apocalypse were some of the best films DC had to offer in their animation department. You telling me we got a couple of films featuring Batman and Superman voiced by Kevin Conroy and Tim Daly? Peak.
It's cinema.
Superman Batman Public Enemies had a really unique plot with Lex Luthor serving as the president of the United States, and you even see some heroes working under him, which is problematic since Luthor decided to declare Superman an enemy of the state by framing Superman for the murder of Metallo and convincing the general public that the kryptonite meteor that was approaching Earth was affecting Superman's mind.
Does he think anybody's going to believe that?
Until some of our top scientists reminded me that Superman's vulnerability to kryptonite can have a psychological component. Approaching meteor is affecting Superman's mind. He's a danger to us all now.
He also decides to put a $1 billion bounty on his head, so you see iconic DC villains and other heroes wanting to get in on the action. This in turn manifests some of the best moments shared between Batman and Superman and why they work so well as a duo.
You're going to go ahead and meet with him, aren't you?
You know me too well.
Don't count on me to save you.
I won't. I know you pretty well too.
What took you?
I honestly don't think you'd understand.
Lois?
Mm-hmm.
You're right.
It was pretty much on sight when some of these characters encountered Batman and Superman. You had a bunch of ice villains ready to jump Batman, or when Grundy and Mongol were ready to run the ones.
Then by drowning it. Wasn't too difficult. I'll have to ask the Joker why he's had so much trouble doing this over the years. Peek under that cowl. Grundy not feel good.
Grundy gonna feel a lot worse.
Oh snap, they got Lady Shiva in this joint. One of the best hand-to-hand combatants in the DC universe. Single-handedly gave Batman a hard time in the comics on numerous occasions. I know this fight about to be spectacular. I wonder how Batman will struggle with her. Well, goddamn. Superman done put in that work against Mongol, giving him combos like he about to order for a black family cookout. But now it's time for my twins to lock in, cause a whole lot of baddies are ready to pull up like the renters do. I'm talking villains like Copperhead, that nigga, Giganta, Black Manta, that other random nigga, Catman, Deadshot, Eclipso, Despero, this other random nick. Alright, there's a lot of this short fight can pretty much be summed up as that feeling when you're replaying a level in a video game, but you know the level inside and out, like me replaying a mission in Batman Arkham City. Bro knew all the cheat codes because Batman was putting in that quick work against the villains. Bane, no problem.
Man, you stupid!
Man or woman, it don't matter. Won't stop Superman from delivering butt whoopings left and right, giving Giganta a nasty uppercut.
So you can die!
Oh hey, it's Captain Atom. About time other heroes came to help Batman and Superman fight on some other villain.
I have a federal warrant for your arrest, Superman.
What the fuck, y'all? God damn! God damn!
Making quick work of Starfire, Black Lightning, and Katana. Superman must have slept with Major Force's girl or something, cause bro was putting in that work on Superman like crazy. Major Force, that's such a stupid name.
Man, what did he do to make them niggas that mad?
But Superman had enough of that BS, started circling around the perimeter like he about to turn back time like it's a Christopher Reeve Superman movie. Notice how I said Reeve, not Reeves? Stop saying Christopher Reeves, okay? There's no S at the end. Bro, boot gang out of there, leaving nearly everyone there folded up. Just when things were dying down for a little bit, Captain Marvel came swooping in ready to take on Superman, fighting for his life out here, piecing him up. Batman and Superman do a nice little combo attack with Superman throwing Captain Marvel into the air while Batman fires a missile at him. Superman Batman Apocalypse is another banger that takes place after the events of Superman Batman Public Enemies, focusing on the introduction of Supergirl and also Batman and Superman teaming up with Wonder Woman to defeat Darkseid and Apocalypse. This is also the same movie where my goat stood on business against Darkseid in order for him to undo his mind control on Kara.
It's over, Darkseid. Even you must realize the folly of being a king without a kingdom. The Hellspores. They've been activated.
You're bluffing.
Omega Lambda 7 XL9. That sounds like a bluff to you?
Now you see something? You know you done fucked up, right?
You dare? You dare? You will disarm them.
Here's the deal. Release the girl.
Say it.
Well played. You kill your own kind to win battles. An admirable quality.
But Darkseid's snake having that obviously wasn't going to stay true to his word with completely leaving Earth alone. Bro had the audacity to pull up to the camp farm just to pimp slap Kara on the spot. He's just straight up bullying Superman for a little bit. Omega beams him all the way up to the sky. Kara tries to step in but ends up getting stomped on. Like, the disrespect is insane. But this got to be the coldest takedown in the entire film. As she's dodging Darkseid's Omega beams in the air, Kara slides up behind him and proceeds to flip him over like a WWE wrestler and have him get attacked by his own Omega beam. Putting in that mink after mink up in the air, piecing him up. Seemed like bro was getting bullied for a little bit, getting mixed up like it's a Tekken match. But sadly, Kara's free trial and running them hands ran out. Couldn't make an alternate account in time because Darkseid decided to get serious. Cooked her up like a rotisserie chicken on Thanksgiving with his Omega beam. But luckily, Superman came swooping in after getting a little tan from the sun in space. Superman tries to check up on Kara, thinking things were sweet out here, but he not trying to deal with any of that Darkseid's nonsense. Clark then got underground thinking he's Naruto from the tuning exams, fighting Neji, but instead of a nasty uppercut, he brings out a whole chunk of the ground. And now Superman is a whole stand user, Star Platinum Edition, giving Darkseid the beatdown of his life. And this man Darkseid got messed up, my goodness. Somebody get this man some moisturizer on the double. His stupid ass gets sent to a boom tube and learns that the super duper cousins should not be trifled with. You see all that excellence y'all just endured? Compare that to the DCAMU where Batman and Superman tussled for a little bit in Justice League War, where they inevitably work together and you're told they're friends throughout the universe, but you barely see them interact and share any significant screen time together. You see bits and pieces of their dynamic in the Tomorrowverse, but it's just not that same, you feel me? The DCAU is probably the best when it comes to the total amount of screen time the two characters share with one another. Literally the only thing I wasn't a fan of with their first interaction between Batman and Superman in the Bruce Timm DCAU was Batman having a very short relationship with Lois and essentially cucking Clark. Like, why you gotta do my boy like that, man?
Aren't you the famous Lois Lane?
Oh!
Mr. Wayne?
I read all about your adventure on Air Force One. Maybe we can discuss it over dinner, if you're available. Don't worry. I'm taking Lois quite seriously. Besides, it seems to me you had your chance.
Come on now, dawg. Come on, man.
Give me more moments where they're just the best of homies, you know? Comic moments on screen like Tom King's Batman issue 37 and DC Rebirth, where Batman and Superman go on a double date with Catwoman and Lois, having a panel or two with them each calling each other the better man. The current Batman Superman World's Finest run by Mark Waid is one of the best ongoing DC titles right now. A World's Finest video game that was set after Arkham Knight would have been a lot better, would have been peak cinema instead of getting what we ended up getting with Suicide Squad, but I guess we can't have nice things. I'm gonna need to see some of that peak bonding scene in the DCAU and the Superman Batman animated movies in live action at some point. Perhaps in the DCU, because them folk at Warner Brothers and DC Studios are sitting on a gold mine of potential stories with these two goats together on screen.